Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It is I, the one and only Mr. R-Man here. We are playing, not playing, but I'm going to be giving you the true history about Spider-Man inside the world of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, or friendly neighborhood hero. So before I get started, it talks about what he is and everything. But if you all know, Spider-Man got bitten by a radioactive spider, and it changed him, making him become the one and only Spider-Man. But in the comic books, the webbing didn't come out of him. He had to make it. And if you've seen the Amazing Spider-Man movies, he makes the webbing. That's what happened in the comic book. So, we'll be talking about the alternate universes, the true universe, what would truly happen, and in the twists, the turns, we will be... Yeah. So, yeah, let's get this started. Spider-Man. So, I don't think I need to introduce you to Spider-Man, because I just gave you kind of a little intro about him. So what I say... So, it's first started off with this comic book right here. Amazing Fantasies. 15, I think. Yeah, number 15. This is the first comic book. I may say otherwise, but, it's not the first. Peter Parker is not an adult. He is a teenage boy whose grandpa dies. So, yeah, we'll be getting to that. I'm sorry. So, let's actually talk about the costume a bit. So, the costume. There's a little circle on his head, and it points to... Hey, Mr. D. Sorry. And it points to the mask. You can't read it, but I will read it to you. Born out of the need to hide his true identity, Spider-Man's mask might just be the most essential part of his uniform. The mask is a thin and light, composed of a synthetic sketch fabric that matches the rest of his costume. While the lightweight material may come in handy on hot summer days, it can be prone to ripping, which is a problem that Peter always has to keep at the back of his mind. Alright, where are we? Back of his mind while battling foes. A close encounter with the lizard's claws or Kraven the Hunter's knife could expose his identity to the world to see and put the lives of his loved ones in jeopardy. That does happen in the future. I don't know how, but I got this book a while back, but I haven't really been actually doing this gameplay. It's not a game. The book. You can find it at Barnes & Noble. It's really cool. It's epic. The Belt Up. This is something I never heard about, this belt thing. Belt Up. Beneath his costume shirt, Spider-Man wears a belt that contains his spider signal, spider trances, a miniature digital camera, and spare web cartridges. The major disadvantage of the skin-tight costume is that there's no room for Peter's street clothes. He either webs them into a ball, attaches it to his back, or he leaves them behind. Like the movie. That makes perfect sense. Okay. A marvel of modern science. Oh, this is like the handiwork of his hands. And that. It's his fingers doing this. Yeah. So, just in case. Yeah. I always think he's got like another set of hands underneath those hands. Okay. Marvel of modern science. Spider-Man's gloves and boots consist of a thin layer of material so that they do not inhibit his ability to stick to walls. Hidden under the gloves with only the nozzles visible are Spidey's web shooters. These complex devices fire his revolutionary homemade web formula. Spider-Man is able to switch between different kinds of webbing with just a tap of his finger. The web shooters can eject a single strand of webbing or a complex web. See page 20 to 21. We will get to that. Oh, spider traces. There's also the web cartridges, and this is about the belt, and there's also the spider signal. So let me check it out. Spider traces. One of Peter Parker's most useful inventions, a spider tracer sends out a pulse that only Peter's spider sense can detect. Web cartridge thingamajig. Like a cartridge of web. Carrying extra web fluid is essential to Spider-Man, as his webbing can often mean the difference between life and death. Oh, I forgot to say, Stan Lee created it. Oh, my dog is asleep. Look at that. He's adorable. Poor Mr. D. Alright, spider signal. Spidey often uses his spider signal when patrolling at night. He projects his logo onto criminals to catch them off guard. Okay, that's taking a little bit much for Batman, but alright, suit up. Now, we got the bulletproof costume. Pretty good. We got the armored costume. Stealth. We got his wrestling. Cosmic Spider-Man. The FF uniform. Knockoff. Alien costume. We got this amazing Bagman. Iron Spidey. Six-armed Spidey. Scarlet. And good old Riley's costume. All next time on Mr. Arman's walkthrough of the history of Spider-Man. Sorry I couldn't get it all in one episode, but we are out of time. See ya in part 2.